All right. So thank you very much for joining me. This is Military Guna TV. So literally today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run through the players and evaluate each player performance throughout this Gold Cup campaign. And we're going to give them a ranking or maybe a ratings out of 10 for each player and the team collectively. Definitely also going to look at what the team does and give the team a ratings for their Gold Cup campaign. Now, let's move into the first player. As you guys can see, oh guys, please remember to smash that like button and subscribe to the Military Winner TV. I would definitely appreciate it if you guys do that. Now, the first player that you see we have on the list here would be Denis Sailor. Denis Sailor did not make an appearance throughout this campaign. He was literally on the bench most of the time, so it's difficult to give Denis Sailor a rating out of 10. Maybe Denis Sailor would be the only one to get a 10 out of 10 just by not appearing. But I cannot give him a ratings because it didn't appear. He didn't have any appearances. Dylan Barnes. Let's have a look at Dylan Barnes. How can we rate Dylan Barnes' appearance? He played off in the Costa Rica game, the game that we lost. The goal that was scored, he couldn't do much about that goal. I'm being honest. He couldn't do much about that goal. Because in all essence, how should I put it? It was a deflected goal. Yeah, it was a deflected goal. So there's not much he could have done about that in all aspect. But oh my bad, it was a goal from Brian Reid. Cross came in from Brian Reid. But if you guys, my bad, I mistaken it for the deflected goal in a Guadeloupe game. But in all aspect of things, I would say he had a fairly good campaign. That goal that Brian Reid scored, that header, was not one that he had much to do. He couldn't do anything about that one as well. He did his best, but he did put in a good performance in that aspect of things. But if we should look at it, he played one game and he conceded one goal, but he did put in a fair enough performance to say that he's someone that we can look forward to seeing him again. Now, the next player, I won't get into all the details of every single player. I don't think it's necessary to do that. But the next player is Andre Blake. A good performance, solid performance. So Dylan Barnes, I would give Dylan Barnes maybe a 5 out of 10. Not much to give him from that. Next player would be Andre Blake. Solid performance from Andre Blake throughout this campaign. Literally, even in the USA game, if he wasn't on top of his game, we could have easily picked up 6. Easily. So he performed, he put in his solid performance, commanding his defense throughout the season. The goal that scored on him, there's not much he could have done with it. The deflected goal and also the goal in the USA game. Those are the 2 goals that he conceded. The USA game, yes, we can say he's at fault for coming out and missing it, but also in the new game of football, the cross shouldn't came across. that lovely cross shouldn't have come across that easily. But fairly good enough performance from Andre Blake, I would say. I would give Andre Blake an 8 out of 10. Solid performance from for Andre Blake. Amar Bell, a good performance from Amar Bell. He looks solid. One of the cleanest passers in the team. I would say that he accounts for himself quite well. So I'll give Amar Bell a 7. Andre Blake a 8. Amar Bell a 7. Alvas Powell. No, this man has an injury. He can't play 90 minutes. He cannot play 90 minutes. So Amar Bell, I'm giving Amar Bell a Alvas Powell. I'm giving Alvas Powell also a 7. I'm giving Alvas Powell also a 7. O'Neil Fisher. So O'Neil Fisher. I would say defensively, positionally, is quite poor. I'm not this discrediting the work that he put in, the hard work that he puts in. But in the same sense, it wasn't good enough. And we have to be fair. We have to be honest as well. It wasn't good enough. O'Neal Fisher, I'll give O'Neal Fisher 4. Damon Law. Damon Law. So Damon Law is someone that I criticize quite a lot. I believe that I'm one of Damon Law's biggest critique, I would say that. But in all aspects of his game, this campaign proves to me that he's definitely a good defender. He knows how to play ball. He can command the defense line. Yes, he might be a bit rash some of the time, but it proves to me that he definitely can withstand that high intensity pressure. For me, Damon Law gets a 8 as well, just as much as Andre Blake. And I think that 8 would definitely be the highest score line I would go. And that is the reason why Andre Blake and Damon Law got an 8. Lyanna Moore, solid performance as well. Good pairing with Damon Law. Very, very good pairing with Damon Law. They didn't concede much goals playing together. Most of the goals that we conceded wasn't a defensive issue that we could relate to, saying that it's between Damon Law and Lyanna Moore. Lyanna Moore, I'm giving Lyanna Moore a 7.5. Damon Law did outperform Lyanna Moore in this campaign. I'm giving Lyanna Moore a 7.5. Kemar Taxi-Lawrence didn't get a run out the first 2 games. His games are one that's hard to really say that he stands up, because he played in the 2 losses, the USA and also the Costa Rica loss. The cross that came across for Matthew, it's ups. I can't up it. It came across down the left hand side, in which Kemar Taxi-Lawrence should be a bit closer to that player. I don't know why the team. I'm not sure why the team was playing so narrow. Maybe that's instruction. So Kemar Taxi-Lawrence, I'm giving Kemar Taxi-Lawrence a 6. Now Adrian Mariappa, when he came in, he looked good in the Costa Rica game. It looks really, really solid and food for thought. And you say that, well, I won't go there. But Mariappa, I'm giving Mariappa also a 6, just for the appearance that he made, and he stood out. Now, Michael Hector, the most talked about midfielder, the one that most of the fan base bash so much, but in the same sense, when he plays, we win. When he plays in the CDM role, we win. When he doesn't play, we lose. But Hector had a fairly good enough campaign. I'll give Hector a 7. Devon Speedy Williams, both games Devon Speedy Williams played in with us, Costa Rica, and also the USA game. But individually, he really put in good performance in the Costa Rica game. Not so much in the USA game, but he did put in a good performance in the Costa Rica game. Speedy Williams, I'm giving Speedy a 6. Lamar Walker, not much. We haven't seen much of Lamar Walker. We have seen glimpses when he came onto the pitch. I'm giving Lamar Walker a 5. 5, yes. He didn't really stood out when he came on. Whenever he would come onto the pitch, but he didn't stood out. Tarek McGee. Now the small portion that we've seen of Tarek McGee, we could see what he provides to the team, but we could also see something that he's deficient in. So, for example, the physical presence and the energy. He would blow out of steam quite too quickly, really too easily. But you can see the passes into the final third. He plays with connectivity. So that is also another plus to his game. His ability to take the ball forward, to drive into those half spaces is quite integral in how we want to play. His ability to hold up possession as well is also quite good. Tarek McGee, I'm giving Tarek McGee a 6. Daniel Johnson, our most consistent midfielder, I'm giving Daniel Johnson a 7. Definitely is quite close. I could put it to a 7.5 actually for Daniel Johnson. He's really close to Andre Blake and also Damon Law. So I'm putting him in the bracket of the Lyanna Moore, the 7.5 bracket. So the next player, funny enough, Ravel Morrison. For me, Ravel gets a 0 for the Gold Cup campaign. He didn't turn up. He never wanted to turn up. I'm just kidding. There was no Ravel Morrison for the Gold Cup campaign, and I think we should address that issue. I think that's the issue that needs addressing. But we'll leave that for next time. Bobby Reid. The Bobby Reid that we all know, we didn't see much of him. The Bobby Reid that we're looking forward to, we didn't see that Bobby Reid, but he did score a stunner. I think it was against Suriname. He did score a stunner against Suriname. For the other rest of the campaign, he was literally sick. Came into the USA game underperform, I would say. So Bobby Reid, I'm giving Bobby Reid a 6 because the first game that he played, he did put in a good performance. Also scored a stunner. So I'm giving Bobby Reid a 6. Now, Blair Turgott. Blair Turgott has patches. I think Blair Turgott would deserve a 6 as well. He has patches where he turns up, then he just non-existent in the game. Holds up the ball quite a lot, in which I don't like. So I'm giving Blair Turgott a 6 as well. Junior Flemings. Surprisingly, Junior Flemings is one of those players who's really direct, extremely direct. When he receives the ball, he's going straight towards goal. I think that he might overdo it some of the time, but what he does, he holds onto the ball. Sometimes he releases pressure off the defense. But in every single game that Junior Flemings play, he will definitely try to get off a shot or try to do something. He did score. I would think that Junior Flemings, overall, his campaign was a good one. I think that maybe he's one of those players that can look forward and say, I did put in a good showing. He's one of those players that can say that. So Junior Flemings can get a 7.5 for me. The reason why Junior Flemings might not get the 8 is there's also a game in which he goes non-existent. But forevermore, Damon Law, and Andre Blake, these guys are always present. Always present. So I'm bringing Junior Flemings in the bracket of the Mr. Consistent, with Lamar and who else there? And Daniel Johnson and Hector, that region, yeah, very, very consistent. So moving up now, we have Corey Berg. Now, very, very hard runner. Work ethic, 100%. Scored a good goal as well. But what to take away from what Corey Berg does? How can we evaluate this Corey Berg performance? Not an easy one to evaluate. I'm being honest. Not an easy one to evaluate. But what we can tell you that he puts in a lot of work. He's a workaholic. No, one of the things that I realized with Corey Berg is that he's actually not a main striker. He's a second striker. So playing him up front alone would not be advisable. He can also play on the wing. Each time he would come onto the pitch, you could see that he brings a high tempo, a physical presence, and a lot of work rate. I'm giving Corey Berg a 6.5. No, I'm giving him a 7. Why did I do that? A 7. He played in two games. Also scored a goal. I'm giving Corey Berg a 7. No, Shamar Nicholson. Shamar Nicholson is also one that is quite intriguing. Gets in the right position, but he's not scoring. He did score in the first game, though. He did score in the first game. A good goal as well, set up by Daniel Johnson. Did score in the first game. But in the same sense that he missed so much chances. We didn't see much of him after that. He made a substitute appearance, but not much again. So I'm giving Shamar Nicholson for the goal, 6.5 for the goal. Now, Andre Gray. No, he's one that created a lot of problem especially for the coaches. We have seen issues where coaches are disagreements because of Andre Gray. I've seen issues where coaches have disagreements because of Andre Gray and also Terry McGee as well. But Andre Gray, when he plays, you can see he did play in the Costa Rica game, missed quite a few chances. I think he missed about 2 big chances, in which I don't think we'll get back those big chances. But all in all, when he plays, you can see what he offers, his ability to come deep, support the midfielders, also to get into the 18-yard box and try to find himself on the end of that. Not the best campaign for Andre Gray, not his first appearance, but not the best as well. I'm giving Andre Gray a 6. I'm giving him a 6. Yes, I think a 6 would be good. I'm giving him a 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. I think that's in the fair region. Now, Lyanna Bailey. Let's move on to the last person, Lyanna Bailey. What should we say of Lyanna Bailey? All right, so he's the poster boy. Everyone is expecting Lyanna Bailey to turn up, but he didn't turn up this particular campaign. He didn't turn up. He only played 2 games. We didn't see much of him in those 2 games. No Lyanna Bailey in the Costa Rica game. No Lyanna Bailey also in the USA game. They said it's injured, but we'd have to work with that. But in the same sense, his 2 appearances that he gave to us was not sufficiently good enough. I cannot give him a higher ratings, not because he's Lyanna Bailey. So for that, I'm giving Lyanna Bailey a 4. Not a performance that we would definitely expect. So moving forward, we have the team. So this is how it sets up for the CONCACAF, or according to SofaScore. This is the ratings. They have Junior Fleming at top, Damon Law, Andre Blake, Daniel Johnson, Speedy Williams, Kemara Lawrence, Blair Turgott, Lyanna Bailey, Alvas Powell. And I'm not sure why Lyanna Bailey is there. Also, I'm not sure why Speedy Williams is ranked so high. Maybe they're ranking off stats, and that alone. But this Gold Cup campaign, out of 10, I would give this Gold Cup campaign maybe a 6. Not the best. We didn't learn anything. We didn't do anything sufficiently to say that we have something to look forward to the Gold Cup, to World Cup qualifiers. We didn't play convincing football. We didn't look good on playing football. We didn't achieve anything. Yes, we won 2 games. We won 2 games, but we did not achieve anything in those wins. Those were scrappy wins. When we did play good, we still didn't win. And then we played bad again against the USA and still lost. We scored 4 goals and conceded 3. This campaign. Scored 4 and conceded 3. So the 2 last games that we played, we didn't score. So let's look at it now. This is a match summary. Going over to the match summary. Goals per game, 1. That is not enough. Goal conversion, 10%. That is definitely not enough. Big chances created, 1.3. Big chances missed, same amount of big chances created, which is not good. Total shot on target per game, which is 5.8. I think that is in the okay region. Ball possession overall, 47.8, which is definitely not good enough. Accurate pass per game, 79%. I think that is not sufficient enough. We need minimum 85%. Accurate pass in our own half, 88. Accurate pass in opposition half, 67. Long ball, 58%, and accurate crossing 1. We had 1 clean sheet, which is totally not good enough. So goals conceded per game, 0.8, which is also not good enough. You cannot concede so much goal. You cannot. You just can't concede so much goal per game. That's unacceptable. I think that's it. I think I covered. So Tapa Whitmore's ratings. He himself said that this was a disappointing Gold Cup campaign. So I don't see why I should give him anything over than what he himself said. Because if he said that this was a disappointing campaign, I don't think I should say that it was a good one. I have no right to say it's a good one if the coach himself said that it was a disappointing campaign. For this campaign, I'm giving the coach a 5 out of 10 in accordance to his management, his tactical inept, his tactical ability, and those aspects of the coaching element. Overall, the team, we get a 6 because we did not achieve the objective. So team performance, a 6 out of 10. We only had 1 good performance out of 4, which is sufficiently not good enough. But in all essence, let's see if the coaching staff would get themselves together and move into the the World Cup qualifiers, analyzing all these games and realize who we can go forward with. And so far, players that we can go forward with, we can go forward to the World Cup with, World Cup qualifiers. Maybe the players that who stood out, maybe all the players that got over 7. That would maybe include Damon Law, Andre Blake, maybe just those players alone. But I think that covers everything, people. This has been a relatively good one. Hopefully, you guys got something, and it's quite difficult for me. It's not as easy for me, people. And I have to give the player ratings. It's how I see fit. It's how I think that those are honest player ratings for the Gold Cup campaign. So, massive respect, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has definitely been a good one. This is Military Guna TV, people. Make sure that you smash the like button and subscribe to Military Guna TV. And guess what? I am